purposely invite the rock and roll element into our community?
Well, what's wrong with a little entertainment?
Entertainment is fine, but this... we have lots of big acts that come through here. Ice Capades, Tiny Toons, Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones.
Good evening, this is Dr. Bones live with Matt Anderson, and tonight we're interviewing Fryfogle. Is it Fogle?
It's Fryfogle, actually.
Fogle, okay. So,
hey, we got it right finally.
Yeah. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here, Doctor. Thanks for having me.
So, first off, I'm going to lay out the questions here, and obviously, guys, feel free to cut me off if you need to. So, Fryfogle, I know you explained this to me in an email, but would you mind kind of explaining it to the listeners out there, because I probably won't do it justice.
What am I explaining?
Your name,
Oh, my name. Yes, my name is Fryfogle. The doctor was having some problems, like most people do, pronouncing it. Fryfogle actually means free bird in German. So that's the story behind my last name, and I use my last name as my band name right now. So that's the story behind that.
Now, you've been doing this for a number of years, and my first question to you is your music style. Obviously, everybody has influences and that sort of thing. Now, have you kind of focused on certain influences in specific, or have you kind of just been eclectic and kind of gone all over the place?
Yeah, I've never focused on any artist as my main influence. I draw inspiration from everywhere, not just music. So, no, I just kind of take from everywhere, and whatever comes out, basically.
The things too is, as far as your music goes, Brian from NYC Fast Factory Records made a comment saying that he doesn't know if he's going to be able to keep up because your music is just such heavy rock and tunes. And I was kind of happy to find you when I did. And the fact that you're so close, like literally you're literally 10 minutes away driving from you, which is awesome. And nice to have you in studio. So
nice to be here.
With the songs you've created, what has been the kind of driving force behind it? Like as far as like laying the music down, like what has been like kind of inspiration to do this?
Well, I took I was involved in the music scene for a number of years, probably 20 years, and I took 5 years away from music. I'd been through a number of bands and was just kind of tired and needed a bit of a break. And what was supposed to be 1 year turned into 5 away from being in a band and stuff. So right around the end of the 5th year, I stumbled upon GarageBand on a Mac or a MacBook that I was given, maybe late 2013. And my inspiration started out with just learning the basics of digital recording. And it soon turned into to the working on an album, and now it's turned into pretty much 2 albums. So I take my inspiration from everywhere, and I think the drive right now is to get my own. This album will be all totally done by me.
Okay.
I wrote the music. I sing the music. I program some of it. I use some loops. I've used all kinds of things and some live instruments as well. So my driving force is to get my album out right now and go from there, I guess. Yeah.
Now, are there any like specific programs that you're using besides like the ones you can find on MacBook, like GarageBand and like InTrack stuff, like maybe like Reason or that sort of thing?
I haven't used Reason. The basics for the first album, which is going to be The Conditions of Existence, I used some pretty archaic stuff by today's standard. I worked with an old Power Mac G4 that was probably 10 years old, and I did the initial recordings on GarageBand 2.0, and I think we're up to almost GarageBand 11 now. Programs that I used other than that, not a whole lot of programs actually, but a lot of different plugins. I've used some plugins from FabFilter, and which are excellent, and Rob Rapian, and even some of the built-in plugins for compression, EQ, and dynamics, all that stuff on GarageBand itself.
Right on, nice, because I've been working with GarageBand and InTrack for a little bit. I'm taking a little bit of a break just because I've had a couple issues that I need to fix with my guitar. Unfortunately, she's a little hurt right now, so so not working the way I want her to. So I need to get her fixed.
Yeah,
but I understand that, and I was telling Catherine and Nolan that I really, from just doing that alone, from just doing a few songs, kind of just basically, I understand the kind of frustrations and the dedication that goes into it. Because I had one song that we did play on our Music Saturday show. And the vocals alone, it took me, I don't know how many tries, because I'd be a second or two late or a second too early. So I completely get it. So I was just like, man, like there's so much so much appreciation goes into the artist, that much more, knowing what frustrations they go through just to record certain things.
Absolutely. It's a massive learning curve that I don't even know if it ever stops, to be quite honest.
No,
with
man,
you.
but that's the exciting part about it, right?
That's the exciting part about it, and I think that's part of the allure for me too. So as I was doing my first album here, I was also learning everything as I went. I'd been involved in some analog recording before. I put out 3 independent CDs with a couple other bands, and so this was my first experience with digital recording, and it's just a beautiful thing. And it just the learning curve's incredible. So yeah,
right on. Well, Catherine, Nolan, I'm gonna let you guys take the floor.
This is Nolan here. I'm curious about your recording of the guitars. Do you plug straight into the board, or are you miking them, or what's your method?
The guitar work that is on my album, there's probably only on about 4 songs actual live guitar that I did. Now, some of the stuff were loops that I made. I had a friend of mine come over, Nathan, who plays guitar, and we made some loops and stuff out of his guitar riffs that I kind of came up with. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting off track here, but as far as the guitar that I did record, I used a Fender Deluxe amp, and I used Shure SM57 microphones, and just recorded it right into my little Behringer board and into the computer.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always this delay when we're on Skype. Actually, I read your bio on SoundCloud, and so tell me about how it was making the transition from working with bands to becoming a solo artist. I was kind of curious about that.
Well, that just kind of came about with this massive learning curve of digital recording and the wonders of it. It's been awesome for me, actually. Because I play a bit of everything, but I don't play anything very well. My thing's always been singer and songwriter, and I can mess around on the drums, the guitar, and the bass, but I'm not proficient at it. So that's always been kind of a drawback for me. So getting into the whole solo thing and working with MIDI and loops and all those wonderful things has opened up a whole new world for me. It's really expanded my songwriting capability, as well as the styles and genres I can play with.
That makes a lot of sense.
Any more questions, or do you want me to get into my next one?
Okay, Brian.
Okay, no, that's fine. Don't want to cut you guys off.
Nope, not at all.
So initially, when the first song I played by you on the show was "Lucky to Have It," and you commented, because we were talking via email, and you said, "You know what? I would have chose that one first to play. Why not?"
I don't know. It's just a song that I always thought was kind of a funny little song. Wasn't one I didn't even plan on finishing it. It was a song, unfortunately, 2 years ago, my dad passed away, and I wrote this song and recorded it about 5 days before he passed away. And then just after he passed away, my old Power Mac crashed on me. So I didn't hear the song for another 5 months, and then I finished it. And it's just a song I just didn't think of anybody picking to play.
Right.
So,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. You know, when I first saw that was the only song that was free to download. So so that's why I went with it. Like,
Excellent.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Oh, here I thought there's all this magic behind it. Oh, jeez. Okay.
There's magic behind the lineup it was in, but the song itself, like, because my mixes for songs are last minute changers a lot of time, just because I don't like the way I think in my head at first, and I think it's like, no, it's not gonna flow well, so I'm gonna put this one in its place.
Yeah.
And usually I'm right, so
Yeah.
it's gone fairly well. So yeah, but that's the reason why I chose that song. So.
Excellent. Yeah, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. Well, I've no reason not to be anything but honest to you. So
good stuff.
what we're gonna do is right now we're gonna take a quick break, and since we're talking about it, we're gonna get to a song by Fryfogle, and this is called "Lucky to Have It."
Got it again.
Dig it. All right, that was Fryfogle with "Lucky to Have It." Now, you pretty much talked and explained this almost this entire song before we even played it, so I don't think there's too much more to say, unless, Catherine, don't you have a comment to make about it that we haven't made before when we played the first time?
No, I think we're good here.
Okay.
Great song.
Good song.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Okay. Oh, I went through and listened to all of your material actually on SoundCloud. So.
Oh, okay. There's quite a potpourri there.
Yeah, well, we all like to be prepared, right? So
yeah. No, that's great. That's awesome.
So next up, with the newest album coming out, is it completely finished yet? Do you have a projection date to release it, or?
I've got July 27th of this year as the projected date. That's my dad's birthday, actually, too. It coincides with his birthday, and I'm dedicating the album to my father. And what was your question again?
Oh, whoa. So we talked about production date, and it said, "Is the album finished?"
Yeah, the album is finished. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, the album is finished. It's 99% finished. There's a couple little tweaks every time I listen to it. I find something else, but it's 99%. I just have to finish the artwork and putting it together.
Okay.
I'm just going to on the 27th is going to be strictly a digital release.
Okay.
And of course, trying to get some funds together to get a hard copy release not too long after that. So,
are you gonna be playing any shows like locally, like let's say Call the Office or the music hall and music hall, or?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna have a CD launch party. I'm thinking probably that might be at the Shire.
Blackshire, nice.
Yeah. I used to do sound there a few years ago. I did live sound there. Actually, quite a few years ago.
Actually, I just saw a local band that unfortunately broke up in December. A band called High School Sweetheart.
Okay.
And I saw them in July. And Matt Andersons know who they are because they have the EP. And I know I put up a couple of videos of a couple of their songs live, which is a lot of fun. And it's a shame they broke up, but the Blackshire is a great place.
It is a great place, and they've. I was up there about 2 months ago, and they've put a lot of work into it. Made there's an upstairs where the bands play, and they've made the sight lines and everything a lot better.
Yeah, well, that's what made it easier to record some of the stuff, because what I did was I did some on just video of a few of the songs, and I put some of the songs on Spreaker, so I used my phone.
Excellent.
And the nice thing about with Spreaker on the phone is it doesn't use a lot of bandwidth.
Okay.
So it uses very little data,
which
is awesome, because I did that with the Gypsy Ghost CD release about 3 weeks ago for the new album Madman Only, and it was such a great show, and the energy was so amazing. I interviewed 3 of them before the show started. Now I'm kind of jumping over to that because we were talking about Tom.
Yes, Tom from the Gypsy Ghosts is an old friend from way back. Yeah,
I tell you, man, when I saw Tom play with them the first time, this was about a year and a half ago. This is for the EP, their second EP called Bird Language. And watching him play, it was just crazy. I actually took a picture with him, so I actually got a picture with him on my fan page. And I saw him again, obviously playing with him for their CD release, and that guy is an animal. Like, he is just insane. Like, there's so much energy, and it was funny too because their singer Annie said, "You know what? He's like Animal from the Muppets. Sometimes you actually got to put him in a cage and let him out once in a while." Right?
Yes, knowing Tom quite well, that is Tom in a nutshell, right there. Tom's a great guy, a great musician, and his working with the Gypsy Ghosts is something that I wouldn't have seen Tom doing years ago. To be honest with you, he's more kind of been of a rock drummer, I guess, than anything.
Well, and, he's gone to percussion, so he's pretty much got like two huge toms. And he got a cymbal, which he kind of skipped using a drumstick. He just uses his bare hand, which is incredible. And that's what blew me away. Is like, oh my god, like he just hammered the cymbal, I know, and the sound he got from it was just unbelievable.
Just be ringing too, yeah.
So, back to you. I mean, I just want to tie that little part in because I knew you knew him way back when.
Yeah, I wish them all the best. You're a great band.
But with this new album, you said that you're going to be dedicating this one to your father. Now, all the songs on this album in particular, with the exception of Lucky to Have It, because we talked about that song, were there like a huge, well, not huge, kind of wrong word there, but was there like an initial like thought process behind it, saying, you know what, this would sound good, or you just started writing the lyrics down and kind of just went, here we go?
Well, you mean for Lucky to Have It in specific?
No, just in general, it's the whole album.
Yeah, it's weird. My songwriting comes just from, it can come from any angle at any time. Like, sometimes I'll start out with a lyric and try to find music to fit around it. Other times the music's there first. So there's no real. I think I'm lucky that way. I don't have a real defined writing style, which I think enables me to, it opens up more avenues of writing potential, I guess. Because I have no real set pattern for writing. So to answer your question, sometimes it comes from the lyrics itself. Sometimes it comes from the music. It's I never know what's going to happen. It usually just happens. So.
Oh yeah, and so no thought pattern. So just like let's go with this.
Yeah.
Now I'm always curious about the songwriting process because everybody has their own different way of doing it. And a lot of times the songs come from a lot of different places, right? Some of it's from like personal experience, some of it just kind of just random to start writing. It's like, no, this sounds good. Perfect example of songs that make sense, but they're more on the joking side is Primus.
Yeah.
So songs like that. And then, there's songs that are just heartfelt and very deep. And it's interesting to see how it kind of comes about because, like I said, everybody has their own process. And it's kind of cool to me of how they come up with the idea. And there's one band a while ago, they're still around, called Rainbird. And one of his songs, it literally came to him in a dream. It was a dream, and he wrote it down and put it on paper.
Oh, I love that.
So,
that is so cool. Yeah.
So, like I said, it's always an interest to me to see how it comes about because, it can always come from different places. And even myself, some of it was random thoughts. Some of it was kind of like relating to someone, And that song, that's Trip Out Daydream, by the way, Catherine Nolan.
Yeah.
So, I not that I need to make that clear, but I thought it was necessary this time. So, but do you guys have any more questions or?
Actually, I do, and I don't think we've covered it so far. I read your bio, and it said you had about over 30 songs, 10 of which are going to feature. So how did you pare that down just to those 10 songs?
Oh, that was hard.
Isn't that hard?
Yeah, that was hard. When it started out, the paring down, it started with what songs I had completed. And as I completed more songs, then the list started to change and evolve a bit. I've tried to, the conditions of existence, the title is it's, we live under certain conditions in this life, we're happy, we're sad, there's love, there's hate, there's death, there's all kinds of things. And so the conditions of our existence are the conditions under which we live. And I tried to, the songs that I'm putting on the album, I tried to put them under those conditions. Like, I've got a song about a good friend of mine who suffered from a horrible drug addiction for years. And so I wrote about that. And, there's songs about love. I've got a love song on there, kind of. It's not a ballad, but it's, it's about being in love with a beautiful girl. And so that's how I tried to structure the songs. So, and the list is, at one point the album was going to be 15 songs, and now I've got it to 10. And by the time July 27th comes, it could be 11. So, yeah, it's going to be a work in progress till I actually get it out, I think. So, the very second it's launched. So.
Right on. So we're going to get to another song, unless we have any more questions before we take to the song.
I think we're good for now.
Okay, so we're going to get to the new song called The Conditions of Existence. Dig this.
To beg
All right, that was Fryfogle with Conditions of Existence, and we talked briefly about that because that's the title of the album. Now, is this going to be the title track, I'm assuming, or?
Yeah, this is the title track, and this song to me is kind of my inside joke to myself of all things. I kind of think of myself as playing schizophrenic rock because I don't know. As an artist, I think you always think that your songs sound different, and sometimes you don't necessarily do. I think I've definitely hit different on this album, and this song is a little heavier than most of them, and lyrically, it's kind of heavy too. It touches on religion quite heavily, and so yeah.
Well, then in this case, the story actually did the song actually did have a story behind it, because if we were touching on religion, then there's kind of some focus behind it, right?
Yeah, definitely. And all the lyrics came to me in one shot. Like I wrote the whole song lyrically in about 5 minutes. It was kind of strange. And then I had that keyboard that in the background, that kind of mystical keyboard, and I started building the song, and it came together really quickly. I had it pretty much finished within a week. So.
Oh, you gotta love those songs, eh?
Yeah, it was great. There was no struggles with it. It's a different song for me that I've done throughout time. So, yeah.
Oh, right on. So, guys, do you have any more questions?
No one.
I'm curious, when you do your release party, are you going to put a whole band together and perform, or how are you going to do that?
Yes, I am. Yep, that's the plan. I know quite a few players from being in the scene in London for quite a few years, and I've already got I've got 3 guys showing great interest in it, and I'm gonna have to start doing some rehearsing soon. We're just gonna do the album. We're gonna play the album from song 1 to song 10, and structure the party around that. I've never organized a CD launch party, so that's going to be a learner for me as well. So any hints or help towards doing that would be greatly appreciated. But that is the plan, to get some local musicians that I've played with in different bands throughout the years, and we're gonna have to sit down and put some work into to get them learning the songs. They've already got all the music, so I'm hoping they're starting to learn it. So. Yeah.
Well, I can put it live, but that's the best I can give for now. But so that's gonna wrap up our interview with Fryfogle, and we'll be back in a few minutes with NMS, and we got a kick-ass show, so be sure to tune in for that. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Sean, Fryfogle, thank you so much for doing the interview.
Thanks so much for having me, Doctor.
And we'll have you again here in a few minutes for NMS. So, guys, thanks so much for listening, and
thanks to the Mad Andersons as well. Thank you very much.
Oh, you bet.
Right on.
Great to meet you.
So we'll be back in about 5 minutes and start with New Music Saturday. Until then, Bones out.